So today's video is something you guys have been requesting for a very long time. The update of my trading setup. In this video, I'm gonna give you all the things that I use, all the specs about it, and then I'll leave it down in the description, obviously, if you guys wanna acquire it as well. So let's start off with the first thing. The first thing you see on my desk is a MacBook Pro. This has about 96 gigs of RAM. I don't use this while I'm trading, but this is my go-to if I'm trading on the go. You guys have seen it with the tri-screens that I also use on the go when I'm traveling, but this is really good. This is probably the best Mac I've ever bought. It doesn't overheat, and it honestly runs everything super smooth. This is the M2 Max Ultra or something like that. They have the M3 as well now, but for now, this is a great computer. I don't need to upgrade. This was about $5,000. So let's go into the big boy things here. So the first thing here is this 49-inch Samsung. It's curved. I have a few charts here of about 6, and then I have the flow on the screen. So what I do is, you're asking me, why do I have 6 charts up if I'm not trading 6 stocks at a time? It's so that I can see what's going on around the market, and you know, if something happens all of a sudden, obviously there's news, which I'll get to, but I get to see it like right away, right? Obviously you don't need all the things that I have here, but it's always, you know, helpful to have more accessories than obviously less. So these are the 6 screens. It's basically a handful of stocks that I trade normally, and if something does happen during the day, I can see it. Now, as far as order flow, I use this to see any big orders coming in for the options market, for the stocks that I watch. You can filter it. For me, I use Unusual Whales. It allows me to filter the stocks that I watch and how many contracts or the value of the contracts that I want filtered in there. So for me, this is the best one that I've used. Now let's get into the next one, which is the second 49-inch screen. Another 6 charts, but not only do I have 4 stocks here, I also have futures, NQ and ES. I like to see what's going on with the overall market as I'm trading particular stocks. So other than these charts, you guys can see I have Discord. That's where I send my signals. That's where I'm talking on the mic and going over my pre-market reviews, my trade ideas, and everything that really goes on in the community. So I need this screen for my Discord, right? That's the two 49 inches. They all have charts, and then they have a side mission that I'm using, whether it's Discord or the Unusual Whales for flows. Those are the horizontal. Now, well, let's get to the vertical screen. So the vertical screen right here, I have my main chart, basically the stock that I'm currently playing 99% of the time, unless I'm switching through stocks. And then I have times and sales and level 2 going on with the news on Thinkorswim. So that's what I have on the top. Right under it, I have interactive brokers. So I use Thinkorswim for my charts and then interactive for execution. So over here will be the current positions that I'm in, percentage of how much I'm up or down, how many contracts, and then the market value of all those things combined. And then over here is where I executed the contracts. Obviously today is a Sunday, so nothing has been executed, so I can't really show you how it would look, but you guys can see it on my live trading videos if you guys watch those. Right under it, I do have the book trader where I'm executing trades. As you can see, I have buy market, sell market, flatten, buy limit, sell limit. I already have a video on what these buttons do, so if you would like to go see that and understand what goes on the book trader, make sure you go watch that video. I'll link it down below. Over here, I have times and sales for the contracts. Like I said, on Thinkorswim, I have times and sales, but that's for the shares. I want to see what's going on, how many contracts are being bought and sold. I always play contracts that are liquid enough anyways. I don't really play any stocks that aren't liquid. All my stocks are that I trade on a daily basis are pretty big stocks like Tesla, Apple, Netflix, and all that good stuff. So right under it here, I have level 2. This is level 2 for the actual stock, and then I have level 2 for the options. I want to see the difference in spread. If I'm getting into a contract on Thursday, Friday, the spreads are usually wider. So for example, something like Netflix, I may not even take on a Thursday or Friday because the spreads are too wide. Now down here is option volume, where I can see where the option flow is coming in as far as what's getting more volume, the calls or the puts. And that's not much used as far as like when I'm in a trade. It's more of like before I'm in a trade, that's something that I'm looking at to see where, you know, the market is putting its money in, basically, right? Now on this next screen here, which is another horizontal, this is another vertical, but this is really a horizontal curved monitor. It's a 32-inch from Samsung. Actually, they've stopped selling these, but these rotate, so that's why these are both vertical. Another one where I have a chart up here. The chart up here is for SPY or QQQ, depending on what stock I'm watching and, you know, what chart I want to focus on. But for the most part, it's mostly SPY. I have times and sales here. I also have level 2. And then I have another book trader just in case I'm trading 2 stocks at a time, right? So this book trader is usually only used if I'm watching 2 stocks at the beginning of the day. Usually I'm only focused on one, but for some reason, some days are hotter than others, obviously. I will have 2 book traders ready to go just in case, so I don't have to keep switching back and forth. Now, this is a level 2 for the actual stock. I have a news window right here from Interactive Broker where it gives me all the news that I need for the stocks that I'm watching. And it's actually very, you know, helpful because sometimes things pop or drop and you're like, yo, what's going on? I can look right here and immediately the news will pop up. So if you're wondering where I get my news from, Interactive has a great window for that. Now the 2 things here at the bottom on this vertical screen is the options chain. So this is the options chain that attaches to this one, and then this is the options chain that attaches to this. So all I need to do basically is click this and it'll pop up right here. So the option goes straight here and I can either click buy or sell. Obviously I can choose how many contracts I want, and then I'm ready to go. So these are my execution screens, the vertical ones, and then the horizontal ones are basically my overlook of the market. So that's what I use my vertical versus my horizontal screens. Now, I do have another MacBook. This is the M1 chip. This was the hottest thing when it first came out back in 2020, I believe. And what I use this for is to see what's going on in the stocks chat. Because on this Discord, what I'm focused on is typing out the signals and, you know, making sure I can talk and everything's good as far as, you know, getting my voice into the Discord. This one, I'll get to look at it while I'm in a trade every now and then to see what people are talking about in the stocks chat. So I can look over to my right and just see what the community is talking about and what they're looking at. Now over here, I have a Shure MV7 mic. I bought this a couple of years ago. This is probably one of the best mics you can get, whether it's for podcasts, you know, gaming. It doesn't really matter. This has the most, as far as what I've used, the crispiest and just the cleanest audio I've used overall. Now for this, for the mouse, I use a Logitech. I don't remember exactly which one this is, but I'll link it down below. I've used this for a couple of years and you can recharge it and it's always performed right. Never had an issue with battery. This lasts for up to a month. So as far as the keyboard, I don't know too much about it. I do know it's a Razer keyboard, Star Wars edition, and I think it's the 75% one where it's not the full keyboard where the keypad's on the right, but this is a dope keyboard, super dusty though. So as far as the PC, I had one of my friends build it for me. I just know that it's running a GeForce RTX 2080 Super for the graphics card, and I have 64 gigabytes of RAM. I think I still have the original build because we built it on the website first and then we ordered all the pieces individually. But if I do, I will leave it in the link down below. And then other than that, I do have some accessories here like the PlayStation 5 Portable and then a Steam Deck. I rarely game. This is just for fun time to time, I guess. But yeah, that's my setup and this is the current update. I know you guys don't get to see it on the vlogs. I do have people in my bedroom at times, so when I do trade in the morning, I just take my portable setup out to the living room, and that's why you don't really get to see my actual setup all the time.